They are guilty of war crimes against the Australian people, so whatever debt we owe them, because most of our debt, China, we're going to hit them up for, I don't know, let's say $1 trillion in reparations for the damage they've done to our country. Guess what? We owe you $1 trillion, you owe us $1 trillion, let's call it square. We're not paying them a cent back. They will never see another Australian dollar in their life. And all of this is doable, folks. All of this is doable. All of this is doable. Because these are criminals. And you don't deal with criminals like you deal with good people. Bad actors are bad actors for a reason. We'll lock them up for the rest of their miserable lives. They are not coming anywhere near this country. Okay, you want you last?
Hello, Riccardo. My name's Alex. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
My question is based on the assumption that the current government is a corrupt corporate system that has not been legitimate for a long time. Once this proposing that Australia massively won the election and took over the parliament, it's essentially, in my view, a corporate takeover. How do we move from that to a legitimate system where people's rights are protected far into the future?
And that's exactly the purpose of the Constitutional Convention. We're going to use their own weapon against them. We're going to occupy that hill illegitimately. I get that. The common law people like telling me I'm on their list for arrest. Because if I contest an illegitimate unconstitutional election, I'm attainted of treason. I say, no shit, Sherlock. Really, I know that. But we have to use their weapons against them. So you're dead right. We contest an illegitimate election. We illegitimately win illegitimate seats in an illegitimate parliament. But the first thing we do is we get the Constitutional Convention, so we don't have this chaos. Because you can imagine the anarchy that would occur if we just said everything is now gone. Every law is wrong and there is no law, there'd be chaos. So this transition period would be under this illegitimate system. It would have legitimacy in the sense that the people have spoken, if that makes sense. But then we have the executive process, the Constitutional Convention. We nut out the Constitutional Convention. No major policy shifts are made. It's like a caretaker period, that makes sense. And then once we've got a legitimate constitution drafted and the people agree, then we have another election, and Australia one will just step out of the way. We're not going to hang on about 3 years. No. We'll say our plan is we will dissolve Parliament and give the people the first free and fair election under the constitution of their design. And that's for the first time in forever, we will actually have a constitutional Parliament in that building, and then from there on we then get on with our lives. Does that make sense? Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your attention. Make tomorrow a good day. Non-violent, non-cooperation. Don't be provoked. I'll be wearing a device tomorrow to check, it's coming in from Sydney sometime, a device to see if the rags are being ramped up. There are people with EMF readers that are indicating large readings. So if that starts buzzing, I'll immediately let everybody know, and we'll just get out of the way, or we'll start to chant, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, or whatever's going on. So we'll do our best to protect you. But remember, tomorrow just being there is the victory. It's day after day after day. Photographs, upload as much as you can. And the local AFP have been shutting down comms to make it hard to upload to your social media in this area. I think that's an interference with your free speech. Well, guess what? We don't have the right to free speech in this country. That's something we should look at, I think. Let's make tomorrow a big day, all right? It's going to be huge. It's going to be fun. Thank you very much for coming, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.